Well, earlier this week, the Madison Common Council heard a proposal to change an ordinance to allow miniature pigs inside city limits. These are pictures of Rudi, a miniature pig who is loved in Madison, especially when he greets people along the bike path. But right now, according to city ordinance, Rudi cannot live within the Madison city limits. He's on the lam, you might say. This new ordinance would change that. The proposal was referred to the Board of Health and is scheduled to go back to Common Council next month.